actor, we always hear the term like, that person believed in me. Like if it was, you know, the speeches, that person that you're like, oh my God, without you, for giving me a chance, what would I be? I'm not reframing this question right. What I'm saying is, this industry is all about who you know. And that is just the most cliche line and the most accurate line I think I've heard since being in LA particularly. But I want to know from you all, if you've had that person yet, who is that person who has like impacted your life, and impacted your career, gave you a chance, took a risk, whatever, on you, and in any way? Yeah.
I've had multiple people. I had a manager when I first got out here, and it just wasn't really working. Like, I understand that it's a business. I completely get that, but I am a person. We are people. We have dreams and stuff, and I felt like I was a product with him. And so I took a risk, and I was like, I might have no representation, but I don't feel comfortable here. So I jumped ship, and I was out there by myself for a while. And then our good friend Bernard suggested me to his reps, and it happened to work out. But like, if I didn't take that chance, I never would have had someone else have the opportunity to believe in me and give me a new chance. And then, I mean, countless times, whether it was the manager taking a chance, the agent taking a chance. I was with my agency for a year and a half before I booked anything, you know, and I was scared. I was terrified. I was like, they're going to drop me. They do all this work, and they didn't, you know. They held out faith, and then it worked out. The same with the casting director on like the last show I did. He had to take a chance. He chose me over actresses who have had their own shows before, and I was like, okay, you know.
He sees something in me.
Right, exactly. But it takes that person every single time saying, we'll try it. Sure, we'll try it.
But it's possible. It's possible. You are proof. We are all proof. Yeah, awesome. What about you guys?
Well, she was like, me?
Sure. Well, for me, before I came to Los Angeles, I didn't have any representation, anything like that. I didn't have any television credits or anything like that. So I would say the casting that I worked on with the last show I did as well. I would say my agents and my manager at the time were not together, but I feel like for somebody who came out here really like just a lot of theater and a lot of like short films and things like that in New York, and to come here and to obviously give me a chance to be on bigger sets and walk into bigger rooms and, you know, make those connections, I'm grateful for that. So I feel like they took a chance on just a new girl from New York who I guess they saw a little talent in, you know. So yeah.
I think for me, it's my agents. Shout out to y'all. Simply because before I was with them, I was with an agency that didn't serve me very well. And I was stuck in a situation to where I just came off a show that I booked before I, signed with them right out of grad school. And I felt like I needed to be with someone, or I was going to be out here just by myself. And, you know, you have that fear of, well, I want to work. I want to get in these rooms. These people need to know who I am. I just come off the show. I can't be out here by myself. And so I was with, like, I think a year and a half of being stuck with these people. And I was just not being fulfilled. They were turning down, like, offers for me, like, things of that nature. It was just, the trust wasn't there. And so Marcel was signed with my agents. He had signed with them fresh out of grad school. And I was like, man, I really want to be signed with them. They're my dream agency. And so his agent reached out to me, sent me an audition. He was like, you know, here, go out on this. And I was like, they like me? They like me? Oh my God. And even to this day, I talked to him, I said, did you know I was freaking out? He said, we knew you were freaking out. And I was like, okay. And it was just like maybe like a couple of weeks after that, they were like, well, if you can let go of those people you're with, we'll talk about signing you. And it wasn't even a guarantee. I was like, bye, y'all. Right. Like for them to be able, like, even that the agency I'm with now is like, we usually don't sign couples. And I was like, but I can be professional. Right. Like we're not that type of couple, you know. Like I can be professional. They took a chance on me. I've been with them for a year now, and I just booked a film with them. And it was like the first thing I've ever booked. Yes. And they believe in me. And the conversation we had before I signed the papers was that we are with you for the long haul. This is not about money. We are here to help you grow. And when I talk to other actors and my friends who are looking for reps, I'm like, I ain't got nobody. I said, you need to find those people who want to grow with you.
You told me that.
Who want to be with you
for
the long haul. Like, because it's not about a coin. That is I mean, they want to make money, but you want a team that you can trust. And it's like basically family. Yeah. And if you don't have that, you're going to be miserable out here, because I was miserable for a year. Yeah. You know, and I just... shout out to my agents, you know.
Hey. And for you being real sweet about being like, I tell my actor friends, I'm like, she talking about.
I was telling you, and then I was like, I did tell someone.
You definitely didn't. It stuck with me, and I've actually told other people that too. See how like a good message goes further. Like I want to feel about. I had an interview with a manager who I think that probably you felt the same way with that when you had kind of like a package, not like a person.
Yeah.
And she told me that, and I was like, wow, that's actually a really good. It's really good. It's really good.
Because if they feel like the package isn't selling, they're gonna be like, okay, we're done.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
I didn't even
write
like
you
it in the
off.
meeting. I was like.
You felt it
Yeah, I was
wasn't
like,
good.
this
Yeah,
isn't
gotta
good.
trust your gut.
Right. But I would say for me, I'm still kind of, it's multiple people. It's all kind of, it's energy, it's everything. It's like one step that got you to the next step that got you here, there, even if it's negative, it's like, wow, that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am, that kind of thing.
Right,
but recently, this is the most magical one that's happened. I'm like, wow, is this how it happens? Or I met this guy and he works at a big film company, and he was like, I just want to meet with you. Let's just meet. I met one. He's like, we gotta get you rep. You need a team. You gotta. And mind you, I have people very close to me. I have a lot of people who have reps and the fact that somebody so high up was like, let me help you. Let me set you up with this meeting. I'm like, wow.
Yes.
This is really what people need as artists. Like we need that. You know what I mean? Like we need it from each other. We need it from everybody else. Sorry, I just went somewhere else and now I'm back. But yeah.
And when it's right, it's right.
When you know it.
And it happens, and I don't want to say it's easy, but it flows.
Yeah. It'll flow.
If it ain't fair,
You don't feel any
it's for
tension.
you.
Exactly.
It's for you.
Yeah. And if what's for you won't pass you.
Sure won't.
I truly believe that.
I do too.
So let's get a little negative side. What's one thing, or tell me about a time that you thought about quitting acting, if it's happened, and why? And if it hasn't happened, why?
Ooh, let me tell my sad story. So, right before I left New York, me and Marcel were in, Simone knows this story, it got really dark. Bills weren't being paid, we were in housing court. It was just eviction notices, and it was just like, I should have went to school to be a damn doctor. It's like, do I want to do this for the rest? Why don't I just get a job at a university and teach acting? I can just, those thoughts run through your head. And then as soon as, I was about to just throw my hands, I was crying every day, y'all. I was depressed. It was just like, what do I have to do? Like, I am here, Lord. I am working in your will. I am walking in it. I'm doing everything in your favor. I'm trying. What am I doing wrong? And as soon as we thought we were going to be out on our asses, Marcel booked the mayor. And it was just like, we're moving to LA. And I was like, okay, God. And he does that all the time. He like brings us to the edge, and it's like he's hanging you off the cliff. And he's like, you see where you're gonna be? You see what you're doing? Now come on back here. and it's like, okay.
It's scary.
It's been some dark times where it's like, is it worth it? Yeah. Is it worth almost being homeless, not being able to like buy groceries, calling mama, can I just have $20 so I can buy some noodles and some bread so we can eat? Stuff like that, like trying to like scam my way out of getting put out my house, different things like that. It's gotten dark.
Yeah.
So, but blessings come.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that. Like, I would say every day I want to quit, not every day, but there are like a lot of days sometimes where I do feel like that, but I've been in a better space, with that kind of like getting acclimated to Los Angeles and that whole, like last year, like I mentioned earlier, moving from different place to different place. It was because obviously, trying to get stable in one place is hard, especially when you're moving. So for me, I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be in Los Angeles, this is where I feel like I should be, but if the money isn't coming in like it's supposed to, did I make the move too fast? Should I go back to New York? I've had those thoughts so many times, or should I just, I'm not saying if I want to be a doctor, but something, some stability, right. But the blessings always come, like things will come out of the woodworks. I'll get calls from people like, oh, come work with me and do this. Oh, I didn't even audition, sure. And I know that's God, so yeah, I can relate on that level.
Yeah.
For me, I've had a lot of situations, to be honest, but when I first came out here, because like I said, I came out on a pilot, and so I moved my whole life, and it was just me, and I was like, all right, let's do this, and then the pilot didn't get picked up, and so now I'm like, okay, so what do I need to do? And that's when I had the 3 jobs, and at one time, every single day, and I wasn't, on top of not booking, I wasn't getting any auditions, so then you start questioning yourself, you're like, well, I was good enough to book a pilot, but now I can't book anything, everything else.
Right.
And I mean, it's a lot of things. I mean, more than just what was actually happening, I was messing myself up.
Yeah.
I was telling these stories to myself that was just wrecking me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to quit. I wanted to go home. But I was like, I love Texas, but I can't do what I want to do. I would be, if I quit, I would be miserable and I would regret it. And I knew that. And that's what kept me
going too.
pushing.
Yeah. It makes you go through, it makes you be like, okay, I'm just going to go through all this.
Right.
In pursuit of what I love.
Yes.
It's like one of the hugest sacrifices, but one of the most beautiful things I think a person can do. And I think we are all really privileged to even know what that is. To live a life like that.
I think also my pride won't let me quit. I was like, I've come so far, and all these people on Facebook have seen me do so much. And then I go home and you see me at the HEB.
Right.
You see me at the Walmart.
Well, you see, I feel like I've never had a conscious thought of like, I'm going to quit acting. But what I have had, and what I think is more dangerous, is the unbiased, the unconscious quitting. So we had a teacher in grad school, his name was Anson Mount, and I remember him saying this in third year. He was like, it's not the people who say I quit acting, they quit, okay, they made a conscious decision, they are pros, I have a good life. It's the people who don't say they quit, but they're not acting, they're not pursuing it, they're not hustling, they're just living thinking they're pursuing acting and they're not. And that
years pass by and they wake up and it's like,
what have I done?
Yeah.
Why am I not looking?
Yeah.
That was me before I came to LA. I was like, I ended up being at a charter school that left me with a lot of trauma, but I'm working through it. But like, seriously, it can happen, and that's scary because you don't even notice it's happening. In your mind, you're still pursuing
it's called
your
getting
dreams.
comfortable.
Yeah, getting real.
Exactly what it's called.
Comfortable.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. They'll leave, especially like in undergrad. Oh, I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna go do that. And being in Texas, there's not many outlets for acting, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and they never leave. And it's just like now they're doing something that has absolutely nothing to do with the degree, or and it's just like, I don't want, and I kept telling myself, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work at the Y. I don't want to teach. That's not for me. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So what's my next step?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Definitely. I always say to people, like, when people ask me, like, oh, why do you keep doing it, or why are you still there, even if you're going through all the stuff that we obviously go through as actors? I think it's the love at the end of the day, because if you don't love what you're doing, it's while you're there, like, we can get survival jobs here and there because you don't love it, you don't want to be there, but we love this craft, we love this art, we came here because that's what we want to do. So I think that the love will keep it alive, and when it gets hard, and the pride too, because you're inspiring a lot of people, girl.
Paper or plastic.
Exactly.
Right.
Something that helped me is that fries, onion rings. Is that I kept thinking about the end. I was like, I have to keep going because in the end it's going to be worth it. And then it dawned on me, I was like, I can't focus that far in the future. Like, what's my next best step?
Yes.
And once I started breaking it down like that, I was like, okay, I need a new representation. That's my next best step. Okay, I need to start submitting myself. That's my next best step.
Yes.
And then, it keeps you in it.
Yeah,
because you're not drowned.
Yes, I love that actually, because if you look so far in the future, it's a little overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, you look a little, just one step, you're like, all right, I can do that.
Right.
Yeah, actually, my cousin is an actor, and he said something really powerful to me before, and it was that, like, don't go looking for fulfillment in life in your craft, in your career. You're not gonna find it. It's that saying, you can be at the top of the pyramid.
You still want to be higher.
You still want to be higher, and you still, like, if you still risk the chance of not being happy.
Right.
And you're like, well, I thought
that this would make me happy. That this is what I needed.
Yes, the biggest self-work I've done lately was checking myself. When people ask me, how are you doing? The first thing I think about is to reply how my career is doing. They didn't ask me how my career was doing. They said, how you doing? I'm like, well, I'm trying to get this message. And it's like,
I'm making it.
Exactly.
Right.
They're like, are you good? You got some food? Oh, yeah, I got food. You got a place to live? Oh, yeah, I got a place to live. Oh, you good? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you think about it like that, I am good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
we all have these moments, and it's why it's important for us to share with each other. We're winding down our conversation. I can go on forever, like seriously have a million more questions, but I want to know, this is not about us really right now, it's about giving insight to others. What is one of the best, most tangible, realistic tips you can give to an actor who is in pursuit of making it a career?
Be consistent.
Be consistent, yeah.
If you don't know where to begin, try to find some kind of acting class, try to find some kind of improv class, some kind of theater, local theater, go there. Consistency equals key. If you are consistent in your hustle, your success will come. Your success with God is going to push you. If this is for you, he's going to put you in the right paths, put you through the right doors where you need to be. Just continue to grind. Don't stop. Because when you stop is when you get comfortable.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Keep going. Keep pushing. Always work. If you're writing, write. If you're in an improv class, keep going. Just keep going. That's the key.
Yeah.
I agree. This girl. I love it. Gold. No, seriously, I feel that. I would just say, like, be well researched. Like, you know, definitely educate yourself on the craft, and also get a mentor. Like, for me, that was helpful to have somebody to ask questions to that's seasoned in the business, or even if they, you know, they're on the grind too, but they've been in it for a while, where they can actually give you some insight. And consistency. That's like number one. If you keep going after what you want, it's only going to come back to you.
Because there are going to be people that give up.
There will be.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep. Right. My thing that I've been meditating on for the past year or so is to define success for yourself, because it should not look the same.
Right.
And by knowing what success means to me, then I'm less worried about what this person's doing over here. I'm like, oh, they booked that, that's great, but what I wanted is here. You know? So stay focused on your goal and your path. Blinders if you need to, because jealousy will also kill you.
You
know?
That's
And be happy. Like, start saying, I'm happy for you. Exactly. Even if you don't feel it, you know, start saying, I'm happy for you, so that you can get it in your body, and you will be, and you should be. We should be supporting each other, you know?
Guys,
what's for you is for you.
It's for you. Yes. I will say all of those things, and I would say if you're like brand new and don't even know where to start, remember to seek some acting classes, because that helps you just get out of your body or get in your body, depending on who's teaching you. You know what I'm saying? Also, connecting with other actors. That's like the best way you
find those places.
Peers.
Find those places where actors hang out. Go to the theater. Talk to people.
Yes.
Get to know people.
And find your expanders, the people who are doing what you're doing, but they're doing it on the level you want to do it. They're going to expand your mind because you see it happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, ladies.
Good.
Yeah.
Expand.
Well, this is
Seriously.
fancy.
Fancy word.
Right.
It's been a really great roundtable discussion. I'm so happy that I got to get the girls together and have a talk. We'll be having some more discussions in the future. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, comment down, and let us know what you think. Make sure to subscribe and share it to your friends. Take care.
Peace.
Bye.